Hello. I want to speak briefly about Burkina Faso and their president, Ibrahim Traore. As an African American woman, I am so proud of President Traore and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso. I want to state for the record that African Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traore. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American.
Hello, today we'll be taking a look at Ibrahim Traore. After failed multiple assassinations, Black Americans have stood up to defend Burkina Faso's president, with France and USA being the major countries spearheading the assassination of Ibrahim Traore. It's clear enough African Americans stand behind Burkina Faso. Let's watch.
American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out who he was 2 days ago. But when you see black people being put in a position like that and then turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design. And they do not speak for us. They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way. We have our own problems in America.
So, I am an American, and even though I'm unable to fight in the war in Burkina Faso with President Ibrahim Traore, I stand with you and I support you, Ibrahim Traore. Not everyone in America is going for this bullshit. The government has no reason to be, or grounds to be, trying to take your country's gold and trying to just bully you and bogart and just take what they want, trying to hunt you down, trying to kill you, murder you. I do not agree with it. I do not agree with it. And it's time for all of us to stand up. All, and not just blacks, not just the African diaspora, but everyone. Everyone. We don't have a right. And when I say we, I mean the government. They don't have a right, because I would never do anything like that. I would never do no shit like that. Going over into another country, and then when you can't get what you want, you're going to try to bully them. And then you use little black Uncle Toms to go and do your dirty work. Stand your ground. Burkina Faso, stand your ground. Stand your ground. And I call upon all the African diaspora, all, help this country. Help. Stop hiding behind your presidential roles and your governmental roles, and hiding because you're afraid they might do something to you. They probably put some money in your pocket. Well, it's time to stand up. It's time to let this shit go. It's time to come together. So, Ibrahim Traore, we love you here in America. We love you and we support you.
If anything happened to Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, then the rest of the world will know that Africans are not cowards. Listen and listen carefully. I don't know who you are, I don't know where you are. In the days of ignorance, our leaders, our great minds were taken advantage of. But we are no longer in that generation. This is another generation. And the level we are ready to go to save Africa, to build Africa, to support Africa, to give our best to Africa, no one can imagine it. For some of us, we have been waiting, we have been preparing, we have been getting ready mentally, emotionally, skill-wise for this generation for this time to come. Nobody should allow anybody from anywhere to manipulate our system, our people anymore. If it means educating our people, we will continue to educate our people. What is this thing all about? The resources of Africa. Why are they so interested in the gold in Burkina Faso? Why are they so interested in how Ibrahim Traore goes about fixing his country? All this propaganda and all kinds of stuff that is coming out just to make sure to mess this young man up is not going to be tolerated. It's not going to be tolerated. Every African, every black person on the face of the earth, this is the time to rise and give your support to Burkina Faso and the rest of Africa. You shouldn't be sleeping. The past leaders, they have disappointed us. And we cannot afford to disappoint the next generation. We've got the mind. We can think. We have the understanding. We've got the power. We've got the population. We've got the resources. We don't need nobody. We don't need to borrow money from anywhere in the world. We don't need anybody to loan us anything. We can make use of what we have to build Africa, to build our nation, to build our continent. The world does not understand this new breed, this new generation of Africans. Wherever we are in the world, we believe that we've got what it takes to do what we need to do to build Africa. And that is exactly what Ibrahim Traore is doing in Burkina Faso, is setting an example. And we are all watching. We are paying attention. We are following. I've never been this broken in my entire life when I see the attempt on his life, because he says, go to your country, go build your country. If you have your resources, go use your resources. If you want to take care of your people, you go take care of your people, friends. You don't need to be in Africa. We don't need you. Emmanuel Macron or whatever you call, we don't need you in Africa. We need ourselves. We have our own way of doing whatever we want to do. Don't even think of influencing America and any other person that want to join force with you to touch that young man. You're gonna feel it. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel it. Your people will feel it. Your nation will feel it. We better be careful, because we are in a new generation. We are in a new generation. We are in a new generation. Ibrahim Traore, we see what you're doing. We see the work you're doing. We see how you're mobilizing the nation. We see how you're affecting life. We see the impact you are making. Every single one of us from anywhere in Africa, we are making effort. We are putting our best foot forward to make sure that this generation does not disappoint the next generation. And we are going to build a legacy. We're going to do something in this generation that has never been done before. And we're not afraid of anything. We're not afraid of anything at all. We're going to build our communities. We're going to build our local government. We're going to build our state. We're going to build our nation. All these old guys that are just making noise up and down, going, begging for people, we're just watching them. A time is going to come out. Their cup is running out. Their cup is running out. If you are for Africa, this is the time to speak up. If you are for Africa, this is the time to speak up. A word is enough for the wise.
We're all
all very clear on why they're going after Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso. It's because Ibrahim Traore is going to give Africans free education, and because Ibrahim Traore is doing the right thing by its citizens and making sure that people there have a home. Ibrahim is looking out for the people of Burkina Faso, not himself. He is becoming extremely popular amongst the youth across the African diaspora. So it is no surprise to me that they are now trying to take this man out, because your accusations are definitely not working. And even the president of South Africa has stated they reject your allegations against Captain Ibrahim Traore. The bottom line is the French and America are being pushed out of these people's resources, which is only fair. The audacity of the West to think that they should have some rights to anything this president has in his country is crazy. Because if anyone were to come to America and stake claim over our resources, we would lose our shit.
On some real shit, if something happens to Ibrahim Traore, we as a people have failed him. We already failed the South African lady who was out here saving all them kids and told everybody on the internet, listen, they gonna unalive me because I keep on saving these goddamn motherfucking kids. And what they do, they unalived her. They already unalived Gaddafi. They made it seem like that man was the worst man living. And right now, France and the US is trying to arrest that man. Why peace can never get a break? You know, that's what I'm realizing as I get older. Every single day I get older, peace can never get a break. Love and peace, those two things can just never get a fucking break in this realm we call life, or whatever this thing living. I don't know what it is. But peace and love are the two things that people just can't sit and just let it be. I don't know what it is. But all I'm saying is that if something happened to that man, us as a human race have to let go of the simple fact that these things are going to keep on happening to us, and we're never going to figure it out until we do figure it out. So all the he say, she say, us being loud and angry about what the society or the government is doing is literally absurd and very hypocritical for any of us to come together and say anything about anything, because we're seeing worldly great things happen and seeing the higher ups, the elites literally control these things and kill these people, unalive these people. And we go about it the next day as if nothing happens, because us as a human race decide to not to revolt. So that's all I'm saying.
Yo, why do they keep trying to kill this man? After now 20 failed assassination attempts on the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, I now know why they're calling him the most important black man on the planet. He answers the question, what would happen if Africa just thugged out, took its own resources by force, and distributed them equitably among their population without corruption? Well, he did that, and now they're mad about it. And now after just 2 years in charge, he's got a list of accomplishments that put other African leaders to shame. Dude literally stopped the export of Burkina Faso's gold to Europe. Increased productivity, taking Burkina Faso's GDP from 18.8 billion to 22.1 billion dollars. Then the dude banned French military exercises in Burkina Faso. Then he kicked out French media and French troops. Bro built new railroads, new highways. He invested in all like hundreds and hundreds of tractors for their farming capacity. He got brand new high quality seeds for the farmers to produce so that they can feed themselves. And he banned them weird ass British powdered wigs they be wearing in the parliament and court. He was like, no more of that. We African, and that just looks strange on y'all. And now he's spearheading the alliance of the Sahel states between Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, because these are all formerly French colonized places. They speak French, and they just decided we gonna defend and protect ourselves, create a block, and trade with each other. Holla bad. Listen, this is leadership. So yeah, France acting like a jealous ex. Now that they see the one they abused doing good, they want to intervene with force. And here's how it plays into the greater picture. Because, in case you haven't noticed, the world profits from dirt, cheap African minerals. But if Burkina Faso and the Sahel states show that, number one, we can kick out colonizers, and number two, we gonna make y'all pay fair market prices for the resources within our dirt, that means that this might start a domino effect in Africa. Some are calling it the Ibrahim effect, and it's already taken place because young folks all over the continent is calling out for more leadership like Ibrahim Traore. Low key, us Black Americans could use some more leadership like that too. African leadership and Black American leadership suffered the same problem. The OG original leaders who really was about the people got killed off. Our Dr. King and Malcolm X got killed off. Their Patrice Lumumba and Thomas Sankara got killed off. And then a bunch of sellouts and greedy ass mooches and leeches have taken over and abused the people's finances and faith. And there needed to be somebody to stand on business actually for the people with brute force against the colonizer and benevolence with their own people. And that is the example that our brother is setting in Burkina Faso. This means that we could be turning over a new leaf as a people if we follow this man's example, because it's like, what is white supremacy really but an evolutionary force for those who have been subject to it to overcome? And so when you're talking about evolutionary forces, you have to ask yourself, what is this force trying to make me? And the faster you get to that end product, the faster that pressure dissolves. So like, why did Africa fall? It fell partially because of its openness, because we had a kind of like Dr. Kingian way of looking at the world, and that everybody's our brother and we want to be benevolent with folks. Well, that works with folks who have that consciousness. But if they don't have that consciousness, you have to adapt behavior necessary to meet the challenge to preserve your own life. That's what the Malcolm X's of the world were trying to teach us. But they got assassinated before they could adapt the philosophy into hard power. Some places of the continent, they did get really forceful military leaders, right? But then they went too far into the other direction and started exploiting and dominating their own people out of greed. Nah, the pendulum got to balance. You got to ride the center. You got to be Martin Luther King with your brother and Malcolm X to the other. So this brother, Ibrahim Traore, steps up and he was like, let me learn the lessons from history in order to make me effective. I got to be benevolent with my people, but I got to be effectively militaristic.
We can either fight for our country or we can be slaves. Which one do we want to do? So y'all, I might have to do a series called Stand Up Sundays because people are standing up against this horrible, horrible regime that's now taken over America. We know that the Klan Party president that is in place right here in the United States of America is going after everything that has to do with Black people, DEI, or whatever else that they want to lump into that. And Africa's no different. This here is Ibrahim Traore. He is the leader of Burkina Faso in Africa. And right now, there has been a threat made against him to arrest him and eliminate him, and that is coming from the clan leader of the United States of America. They want to put African lands under control of somebody who would be sympathetic to what the United States wants. And what do they want from Africa? Rare earth minerals. Now that China has cut off rare earth minerals to the United States of America, of course they're going to go to Africa to try to get them. And people are not reporting about this like they don't report about a lot of things that come from Africa. Let's talk about the Congo, if we want to be honest. Or let's talk about the famine that's been happening in Africa. Let's talk about Sudan. All of these things that are happening that people don't want to talk about because they're happening to people that are Black. And the United States, like they have done multiple times throughout other countries, especially when there's somebody in power like our current Klan leader, they're going to go after a country that they feel can't defend itself, or once they can cut off all its resources, they can watch its population wither and unalive, and that includes children.
From the following videos, Africans stand as one in one voice to proclaim the safety of Ibrahim Traore. Will Ibrahim Traore continue to be the president of Burkina Faso after all this planned assassination? Let me know what you think on the comment section below. Thank you.